I've been feeling kind of vloggy lately, if that's a word, but pretty much whenever I feel inspired and creative, I just want to make huge changes in my life. And that's why I like to vlog and show you the transformation, because I personally find this kind of things really inspiring. So in this video, I'm finally gonna tackle the huge part of our home that it was kind of bugging me for a while now, and I'm gonna declutter it and organize it. I don't know about you, but for me, decluttering inspiration comes when I get a lot more clarity about where I want to go in life and who I want to become. And because the new year is slowly approaching, I feel very inspired to make some changes that will make my life better and easier. And one very obvious thing that was standing out to me was the organized mess, as I like to call it, in our guest room. If you remember, we renovated our home around 2 years ago, and back then I had the idea of creating a storage area so we can house everything without a home. And because we don't have a garage or a pantry, in my head, this was a great solution. But now that I had this area for a while, I can say that it just attracts clutter, and if I could describe this space with one sentence, I would say it's a junk drawer of our house. In theory, it sounded great of having the extra storage space, but in reality, I dread this space, and every time I look at it, I feel overwhelmed. So after thinking everything through, I realized most of the items in this space I actually don't really need at all, and I would rather utilize this area for something that is really important to me. And because I spend a lot of time setting up my filming equipment every time I film a sit-down video, I had the idea to create my very own personal YouTube studio so I can film even more videos with ease. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, then maybe you've seen that a lot of my latest videos I was just filming on the floor, because for me this felt a little bit more relaxed than sitting in an office chair. But obviously this gets really uncomfortable really quickly. That's why I want to create a stunning practical studio while also making sure I'm comfortable and relaxed. As for what I'm doing here, this is day one of me decluttering and organizing, and my first idea was to go through absolutely everything and let go of as much as I possibly can, but I have to admit I got really overwhelmed with the amount of stuff. So instead I changed my goal, and I decided my first challenge was to get rid of only half of the stuff so I can split the storage space in half as well. And this was fairly easy to do because, as I've said, this space was just magnet for clutter. I had so many empty boxes that took up a lot of space, so I just had to throw them away and my problem was solved. And then because I've just completed my full style challenge where I was wearing my maybe items, because I decluttered those, that created extra space in my chest of drawers, which means I could easily put all of the bags and shoes that I'm selling in there instead. And lastly, I also have some rolled mats that are perfect for picnics or sunbathing that I decided to put in my car because it makes a lot more sense for me to keep this in there. Other than that, this was my first day done, and I was really happy with the progress that I made. And if there is one lesson I want to share with you here, is that if you ever start decluttering and you immediately start feeling overwhelmed, it's okay to readjust your goal. For me, it would be mentally impossible to go through everything in one sitting, so instead I created a new goal that felt doable and I felt proud after reaching it. Remember, decluttering is a transformational process that can take a lot of mental and physical energy, so don't ever feel pressure to rush it. Every small thing counts, and done is better than perfect. After a well-deserved rest and also checking in with myself even more, I realized the entire closet has to go in order for me to feel truly at peace with this place. Even if I just keep the half, deep down I know this is still gonna attract clutter, plus it won't really feel like a dream studio with this huge storage in the way. So the process was really straightforward here. I just took everything out of the shelves, quickly assembled it back again so I could take pictures to sell it, and then I took the whole thing apart so I can put it away neatly until someone picks it up. Again, I realized that with the exception of my home sauna, my filming equipment and some home backups, I can declutter most of these items. Because my husband's suitcase is barely used, he decided to give it to his parents, and in a rare occasion he might need it, he can just borrow it back, or he can use my suitcase instead. And then when it comes to our Christmas tree and decorations, I decided to store everything at my mom's place as I did in the past, because it's just not worth having these big bins for 11 months of the year. And then for the rest, if I needed to keep the stuff, I found a place somewhere else in our home, and if not, I decided to declutter it. All of our big empty storage bins were a no-brainer because they're just so huge and they had to go. As for our laundry baskets, even though these are perfect for washing Bali and also my delicates, that's why I have two, they're just too bulky to store at home. So I will put the pink one in my car to replace my old basket that it's already in there, and then the blue one is gonna be decluttered completely. And what I'm gonna use instead are these small collapsible baskets that I already own and are much easier to store. And now for the fun part, assembling the new furniture I got from IKEA. If you watch this channel for a while, you know I'm a huge fan of IKEA because if something doesn't work out, I can always return it. Plus their selection and prices are right up my street. So first I assembled this amazing chair that I fell in love with as soon as I saw it. And then when I tried it in the store, I loved it even more because it's the perfect combo between comfy and supportive, which is exactly what I need when I'm filming a video. And then of course, as I was assembling, Bali, our quality control inspector, had to check everything is alright, and luckily for me he approved the chair. But then luckily for him, this chair also has the extra space so he can join me when I'm filming. I have to admit, when I was picking the chair for this space, I wanted it to be big enough for Bali as well, and this one is perfect. And now for the background, because I still wanted to have some storage space for a few important things that I kept, my idea was to build a nice bookshelf with both open and closed shelves. But as soon as I built the first bookshelf, I realized I don't really like it in this space. It just felt too tall and I didn't like it on camera, I didn't like it in person, and it just didn't match the rest of the room. So I decided to take both the assembled bookcase as well as the bigger one I hadn't yet put together back to IKEA so I can find something else instead. Now after 2 more IKEA trips and lots of assembling, I finally have all of my pieces ready to decorate. First, I picked up a small vanity table so I can have my drink and laptop right next to me when I'm filming. Then of course I added some lighting for extra dimension, a fake plant for greenery because I just can't leave a space without a plant, and then I decorated my new shelving behind me. This one is perfect because it has space for my at-home sauna, sewing machine, and then washing kits for both my delicates and Bali. As for the shelves, I wanted to have some open space so I can display my special occasion items. I decided to put my slingback heels in here, as well as my black Bolen bag, plus my knitwear for my time hotel storage. This not only looks great, but I also created a little bit more room in my hallway closet downstairs, which I desperately needed. This is a transformation. I just realized you cannot see the candle. Just a sec. I'm not really sure I like this, but I'm just gonna keep it because honestly I'm so tired. I spent so much time and energy on this place, and now I just need a little break before I make any new changes. So I would love to hear your thoughts, what you think about this background. I wanted to have some fashion items in the bag, so in case you're new to the channel or if you're a returning subscriber, it doesn't matter, that we kind of get a little bit of fashion right away. But a part of me, a minimalist part of me, is also thinking maybe I should just cover the shelves all together and then I should just decorate the top shelf. I'm not sure about this one, so again, let me know your thoughts. And lastly, one thing that I wanted to ask your opinion about is what should I do with the closet behind me, because currently I don't really have any mechanisms to open the door. So here I have 2 options. The first one is just a black door handle that I actually really like, and I was thinking of putting right in the middle. But then the second option is to leave everything visually as it is and to put invisible push to open mechanism on the inside. But yeah, I just cannot decide. So if you have any preference, let me know. This one would add just a little bit more interest, and this one would keep everything minimal. And then another thing that I really love about my new YouTube studio, which I cannot believe I'm saying this, but I love that I'm not depending on the natural light anymore, because I wanted to set everything up in a way that even when it's dark outside, I can still go and film. Right now it's 4:15, and even though it's not dark yet, it's slowly getting darker, and as you can see, I'm really well lit. Honestly, I forgot to change the lights, but now that this is kind of finished, I also want to show you some changes downstairs. And then I also want to show you another change that I made in this Hue closet. I decided to turn my bags around just a little bit, because when everything is kind of like this, I like the display, and also my most worn bags are really easy to grab because I don't need to take the drawer out every time I need a bag. And then for my shoes, now that I have my slingback heels upstairs, you can see everything is a lot more spacious, which makes me really happy. And now for the outfit of the day, I have loads of gold jewelry pieces, a gold watch, a gold bracelet, and then I have this nicely white hoodie that I love pairing with my faux fur pants. This is a combination that I wore before and I really like it, and because I wanted to be super comfortable today, I'm also wearing my Ugg boots. And then to spice everything up and to make it kind of a full outfit, I added a pop of burgundy. As for my outerwear, because it was really cold in the morning, I went for my warmest coat that I currently have in my collection, and that is my faux fur coat that again gives a nice little texture to the outfit, and I think it looks stunning. Now if you've come this far, again, leave me a camera emoji for the vlog down below so I can know. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Thank you as always for stopping by today, and I will see you next time.